Bonjour, my name is Romain Bigeard and I'm the team manager for Unicorns of Love. Unicorns of Love is a pro gaming organization based in Berlin, and 5 of our employees have a really weird job. They are pro gamers, meaning they earn money by playing video games. What is the business model of a pro team? So a team like Unicorns of Love has an income around $500,000 to $1 million per year. This money is mostly coming from Riot, sponsors, a bit of merchandising, so we are selling stuff online. We are not getting money from prize pool, so that's a fake idea some people have about esports, is you are earning money by winning tournaments. Yes and no, you're winning tournaments so it makes you famous, but the money you're winning through those tournaments are most of the time for players and not really for the team. So forget about the prize pool. So that's more or less how we are getting the money. How are we spending the money at Unicorns of Love? For example, we have 5 players with 5 different nationalities, which are employees, we have to pay them. We have a coach in charge of the game and what's happening in-game. We also have a manager, which is in charge of everyone outside of the game. So it's me, for example, for Unicorns of Love. My job is basically to make sure we have money, we are good on social media, they sleep well, they eat well, they train. We do the administrative stuff, all the logistics around events, when do you leave, what do you sleep, stuff like this. So you also have a CEO. In our company it's a bit specific because the CEO is actually the dad of Shippy. So we are a really family-based company. I mean, the more and more competitive esports is coming, the more you need people, right? You're gonna need a lawyer to do your contracts, you're gonna need social media, someone in charge to do videos, someone in charge to do the content, you're gonna need a cook maybe, you're gonna need a lot of different stuff. And it helps team to actually take better care of players. This is why we need more and more staff to take better care of our players. So we need more money to pay that. If you go back to our table, you can see we could get more money from Riot, from sponsors, or from merchandising. Merchandising is only gonna get bigger if you keep winning, because you get exposure. So most logically, the money is gonna come from either Riot or sponsors. What seems obvious answer would be, you should get more money from sponsors. The problem is, we have a limited reach in esports, so sponsors' money cannot reach millions. To understand that, we're gonna dive a bit into marketing. A marketing department into a company is usually here to create value on your product. You're gonna try to put your product in the light so people are interested and are gonna come and buy it. You are basically gonna turn the money from your marketing department into reach, into people. You are gonna spread awareness around your product. And esport actually has a sexy reach because our players are young. Our players are between 15 to 20. Now the game starts to be a bit old, so I would say 15 to 25. They are mostly male and there are a lot of them. So it's really interesting for brand to be able to talk to you as early as possible about their products. Talking about sponsors, I see 2 different kinds of sponsors into esports. The first kind are gonna be endemic sponsors, so they have been here forever, like they were there at the start of esports. It's gonna be all the sponsors with stuff directly connected to a gamer. So when you sit behind the computer, I'm talking about keyboard, mouse, headset, computers, screen, chairs, table, food, drinks, everything you can eat, glasses, software, whatever, this kind of stuff. So they have been sponsoring esports for a long time now. We are not talking about brands the size of Apple or Google, for example. So they have a limited marketing budget. Non-endemic sponsors, same, they have a limited budget, but their budget is way bigger. I'm talking about Coca-Cola, or one of the last big brands known was Gillette, for example, sponsoring ESL. We have a slow transition from endemic to non-endemic, and this bump of money is definitely going to help teams, but for the long term, it cannot be our business model backbone, sponsoring. It's not possible. It does not matter if you are an endemic sponsor or a non-endemic sponsor. I don't believe you have enough money to finance the esports teams. Esports teams are not able to handle millions of euros of sponsoring. If tomorrow Red Bull is coming to Unicorns of Love and give us 10 million of sponsoring, I'm actually going to advise them against it, because I'm going to say it's a lot of money and we cannot turn this money into enough reach for you. An esports team is a limited share of this reach, because when you die in this target, in this reach I was talking about, 1525, you have those movie, music, video games. You have the esport, let's go into esport. In esport you have a couple of games. You have League of Legends, yes, but you also have Dota, Counter-Strike, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, a lot of them. You select League of Legends, and in League of Legends you have to select one region, because you have tournaments in Japan, Korea, Australia, Europe, North America, Brazil, Turkey, everywhere. So you select Europe, and in the 10 best team you have Unicorns of Love. So that was a long journey to explain you our reach is limited. Esport is booming, esport is really big boom business, but still the share of reach we get as team is limited. Europe is more than 20 languages and even more countries linked to it. So when you're selling reach, when you're interested into buying reach, you have different attempts. In the US, it's kind of easier for a team to sit down around the negotiation table and to get money from sponsors. In Europe, let's say I sit with a French sponsor, he's selling a French product, so he would like to reach out to French people. So his first question is going to be, how big is your French reach? And I'm going to try to explain him, my team is amazing because we have a Russian, we have a German, we have 2 Koreans, and we have a Spanish. But at the end of the day, we play European League, so we talk a bit to French people, kind of, but they're not always going to understand that. So it's taking time, and we are, I think, doing a better job at the moment to get to explain sponsors why our reach is awesome, but still it's easier for the NA than for us. So one of the solutions Riot designed, tailored to get some revenue sharing from North America, is turning their league into a franchising system. So at the moment, all the teams in the league are playing the same tournament, and if you are bad, you have chances to get relegated, demoted. A franchising system is cancelling that. Basically, you have to buy your slot in the leagues, and you're gonna stay there. It's a model which works for baseball, basketball, hockey in the US, for example. So sponsors already know how it works. They know if you invest in a franchise team, you're going to work for like 1, 2, 3, 4 years with them. So it's way better for sponsors. Where in Europe, with a promotion system, you can be demoted, and basically you're going to lose your sponsors. So it's harder to build trust with sponsors in a non-franchise system. On the other hand, an up and down system creates a lot more stories, a lot more drama, because this team was supposed to qualify and they failed and stuff like this. What's going to happen to Europe? That's a really good question, and I trust Riot to give us the best answer possible they have. I mean, so far they have been unlimitedly committing to esports, so 2018 is going to be a really interesting year. What are they going to do? The esport department needs to give teams more money. As I explained earlier, teams are growing and we need a sustainable income which cannot come from sponsors. So Riot needs to find a way to give us more money. Let's go in England to check how football clubs are actually earning money. So basically, they are selling their rights, all the clubs, they give their rights to one company. This company is going to TV channels, and those TV channels have to buy the rights to have the football clubs on their channels. And those TV channels later will earn money through advertising from the rich. And that way, you have a sustainable income, because the more interesting football is going to be, the more people are going to watch, and the more money is going to come to the team. If you apply this model to League of Legends, it puts Riot in the center. So Riot would be this company taking a right and selling it to TV channels, which is what they are about to do for 2018. They recently signed a deal with a company called BAMTech, and BAMTech got those rights, so they're going to be in charge to sell them. I think a second way to get money would be to actually get the skin money. But for that, you would need internally at Riot to find a way to analyze how much esport is actually impacting League of Legends and what's going to happen tomorrow if esport is gone. The easiest way to make our job easier is actually the reach. The more you are going to talk to people, the more esport is going to have people watching it and listening to it and discussing it. And basically his dream is gonna be for me or any other manager to sit around the negotiation table with a sponsor, and the sponsors will have heard already from esports. So that's gonna be way easier for me to explain what we're doing. I strongly believe esports is the future of entertainment. Why? Because our population are more and more connected, and you have an unlimited ocean of possibilities when you use a video game tool to have entertainment and tournament and fights, for example. So it's you, basically. Esports needs you, and we need you to talk about esports.
For more league interviews and analysis, subscribe to our channel. You can also find stats, discussions, and more on our website and mobile app at blitzesports.com.